This documentary aims to shed light on the experiences of individuals with learning disabilities, exploring how these unique challenges have shaped their lives through both cultural and social contexts. Through a series of interviews, we began our research into understanding the impact of learning disabilities on the lives of 6 individuals, all between the ages of 18 and 23, who have experienced ADHD, autism, ADD, or dyslexia. The objective of this documentary is to collect data from individuals with different forms of learning disabilities and to examine how these disabilities have influenced their experiences and identities. We seek to answer whether these individuals conform to an ableist discourse, accepting societal expectations and limitations, or do they challenge it, forging their own unique paths despite the hurdles they face.
The documentary is structured around 3 central themes that offer a comprehensive view of the participants' lives, with these being shaping experiences at school. We delve into the past, exploring how learning disabilities have impacted their academic journeys. From early school years to higher education, we examine the challenges they faced and the lasting effects on their self-esteem and aspirations. Physical health and well-being. We investigate the physical and emotional toll these disabilities have taken on our participants, shedding light on the struggles they endured. Navigating adversity and forming identity. We explore the coping mechanisms, resilience, and personal growth that have shaped their identities, revealing the strength and resilience that can emerge from adversity. Throughout the documentary, we draw upon a body of scholarly literature on disability studies, ableism, and identity formation. We incorporate academic perspectives to contextualize our participants' experiences, providing a deeper understanding of the societal constructs that influence their lives.
This documentary takes an unbiased approach as we aim to capture the emotions, challenges, triumphs, and reflections of these individuals. By doing so, we hope to foster greater awareness, empathy, and understanding of the unique experiences of living with learning disabilities. 6 participants were carefully selected for this documentary, 5 males and 1 female, each with a form of learning disability. The interviews were conducted in a respectful manner, adopting an open-ended interview format to encourage participants to share their stories authentically. These interviews provide a glimpse into the lives of individuals who have navigated a world often shaped by ableist discourse, offering viewers an opportunity to engage with the experiences on a different level.
During schooling years, adolescents are faced with an abundance of recurring challenges such as academic and social troubles. It can range anywhere from difficulties in certain subjects to friend troubles or peer pressure. Through research collected, we can start to unpack the effect that living with learning disability can have on individuals in their school life. Looking through both the social and cultural lens, we can gather that an individual's experiences help shape their identity. Although those with learning with these disabilities share common struggles such as time management and organisation, they also hold their own unique obstacles that they encounter and persevere through.
A main factor that correlates with enjoyment of schooling is the socialisation with fellow peers. Society holds dominant narratives of disabled young people, stating they are special or different, which can affect their mental health and well-being as they want to fit in, but sometimes can be held back due to the barriers that separate them from abled people. The primary struggle attached to neurotypical youth is the stigma and their inequalities with socialising, leading to feelings of isolation and victimisation. One participant shared their personal experience of being bullied, saying, I didn't have a lot of friends growing up, so not much would really happen. I was in a support unit. They were good in the sense that they provided educational support, but not social support. So you would then be picked on for being in the support unit. You need them, but you didn't want them. Others shared similar experiences as they were unable to read social cues and exhibited impulsivity in social situations. Seminars that helped understand socialization demonstrated improvements in the interviewees. On the other hand, 2 participants shared that they had supportive friends and family, had no issues socially, and said that the accommodations that school provided helped tremendously.
Through examining how being neurotypical affects academic aspects of schooling for students, there are common themes of difficulty in time management and organisation for class homework and assignments, as well as other aspects of life such as organising events on a calendar. This has been found to be similar amongst those who live with ADD, ADHD, or autism, as they have lack of perception of time and have difficulty staying focused and on task. One participant said that they struggled to stay concentrated in class as it was difficult to obtain the Concerta medication, and another had similar struggles, sharing the condition often made it difficult to concentrate, maintain focus, and stay organised, resulting in challenges in keeping up with coursework. However, by picking subjects in later schooling years that intrigued them, it helped manage workload as well as boost motivation. Additionally, the two participants with dyslexia shared their difficulties with reading and writing, as they were unable to identify speech and letter sounds, making it hard to process information. This made school life challenging. One said, "I was writing it on the paper to spell it, and for the life of me, I couldn't. Even though it's a 3-letter word, I've seen it multiple times, I've written it before, I just couldn't work it out." This interviewee mentioned that they had been diagnosed at the age of 16 after years of hardship through hiding, being embarrassed, ashamed, and then was relieved knowing that it's not their fault. Therefore, as it is common for neurotypical youth to struggle with concentration, time management, and organisation, it is common for them to find strategies to implement in their daily life to help manage tasks, therefore improving school life.
All 6 interviewees shared a common experience of facing significant challenges in their academic well-being due to their learning disabilities. These challenges included difficulties in focusing, managing assignments, and coping with high academic pressure situations. Several interviewees also opened up about the mental health challenges they faced. They described feelings of stress, anxiety, and moments of being overwhelmed, which were frequently intensified in high-pressure academic settings. These mental health challenges stemming from their learning disabilities had varying and notable impacts on their overall well-being.
Yeah, there was definitely a lot of stress in years 11 and 12, and I think I had a bit of anxiety about school at some points because I wasn't understanding some points, especially in my English, like other people in my class.
Stress and anxiety in school. The quote emphasizes the presence of a lot of stress during the individual's high school years. Stress is an academic context that can be a result of various factors, including academic expectations, peer pressure, and fear of failure. Dyslexia may have contributed to this stress, as individuals with dyslexia often face difficulties in reading and writing, which are fundamental skills in the education system.
The individual mentions feeling inadequate compared to the other people in my class. Social comparison is a common sociological phenomenon where individuals evaluate themselves based on the perceived abilities and achievements of their peers.
The stress and anxiety experienced by the individual can have negative effects on their overall health and well-being. Chronic stress and anxiety can lead to physical health problems, such as headaches and sleep disturbances. Mental health may also be affected, potentially leading to conditions like depression.
In summary, this quote illustrates how learning disabilities can have a significant impact on an individual's health and well-being within the context of the educational system. A sociological analysis helps us understand how societal structures and attitudes have contributed to these challenges and their impact on individuals with learning disabilities.
Physical activity and coping mechanisms. The majority of the interviewees mentioned engaging in physical activities as a means of coping with the challenges posed by their learning disabilities. Physical activity served as an outlet for stress and a way to maintain physical health, and they often mentioned that it was a way to distract themselves from the struggles they were dealing with. I enjoyed my fitness. I would ride my bike to school, and that for me was sort of an outlet, both mentally and physically. I quite liked that it was a good escape from everything as well. When things went wrong, you would grab a bike and go.
The quote illustrates the use of physical activity, in this case, riding a bike, as a coping mechanism to manage their struggles and maintain well-being. This sense of reasoning aligns with the sociological
so the kids had a real good workout before they came to school, and that's really the point of having safe routes to school is getting...
Engaging in physical activities can positively impact an individual's self-perception and identity. It can promote a sense of competence and achievement, which is essential for self-esteem and overall well-being. This relates to the sociological concept of self-identity and how individuals activities and interactions shape their sense of self. In summary, this quote showcases how physical activity, in the form of bike riding, plays a vital role in health and well-being of this individual with a learning disability. It demonstrates how physical activities serve as coping mechanisms, offer an escape from stresses, and contribute to a positive self-identity. Through a sociological lens, it highlights the multifaceted ways in which physical activities can enhance the lives of individuals with learning disabilities and contribute to their overall well-being. All facing some form of adversity, all 6 of the subjects in this piece all experience their own individual obstacles, whether that be actual social roadblocks or difficulty finding their identity. Being a disabled child in a predominantly socially built school, there are numerous adversities that can cause a severe impact on the success of academic achievements, emotional regulation, and overall life outcomes. Whether this be the presence of common or more complex rare issues, the overabundance of complications for children suffering with disabilities were incredibly hard to ignore, providing an insight into an aspect of adolescence that isn't always readily available to them.
As stated in an analytical piece discussing the repercussions of alienation and bullying on children during an elementary age, it was found that bullied youth are more likely to experience future internalizing problems and depression, have poor psychological adjustment and social anxiety, and be involved in violence. In most of the subjects discussed in these interviews, there was an almost collective sentiment surrounding the insecurities of falling victim to false labeling and negative misrepresentation of their disabilities. For one of the subjects of the study who possessed a then strict undiagnosed case of dyslexia, to avoid being ostracized, they would follow a self-appointed course of action to avoid being teased. As stated by the subject of the interview, we'd be reading a book or a text from something, and then the teacher would be like, "Oh, you read a paragraph, then the next person, read the next one." So on and so forth. And I remembered I'd count how many people are in the room, and the order would be until it gets to me. I'd count how many sentences, paragraphs, whatever it may be, until it was mine, and then I would memorize the shit out of that, so that when it did come to me, it wasn't that I was reading it for the first time and I would mess up. It's that I had compacted it to memory, so then I didn't even need to look at the paper. Then I wouldn't feel embarrassed.
After being diagnosed, he was also found to say this: "It was very relieving for me to know that there's reasons, and it's not just he's lazy or he doesn't try, or that there is something wrong with me, and that I was stupid or an idiot. It wasn't anything that was my doing. It wasn't my fault, and that was a huge relief." In summary, the quotes and statistics listed in this writing emphasize the negative sentiment that a lot of individuals with disabilities hold to themselves before overcoming their adversities. Whether there were instances of bullying, social alienation, or misunderstanding, the main adversity that they all are trying to overcome was something that could only be summarized as not feeling as part of the norm.
In conclusion, the experiences of individuals with learning disabilities, as explained through the topics discussed, revealed the profound impact that these challenges have had on various aspects of their lives, and how these individuals have responded to an ableist discourse, particularly during their school years.
Topic 1 shed light on the social and cultural dimensions of these challenges, highlighting the importance of peer relationships and the role of societal narratives in shaping the experiences of neurotypical youth. Topic 2 illustrates the significant impact of learning disabilities on academic well-being and mental health, emphasizing the stress, anxiety, and feelings of inadequacy that often accompany these challenges.
Topic 3's exploration of adversity and identity formation encapsulates the struggles faced by disabled individuals in a predominantly socially constructed school system, revealing the detrimental effects of bullying, social alienation, and the burden of false labeling. By taking a sociological approach to these experiences, we are able to more deeply explore how both social and cultural contexts have shaped these individuals and impacted their identity as a result of it.